This video is the instructions for the Brevard CTE safety course. This video is for anyone that's in middle school that teaches a CTE course with a woodshop. I'm Daniel Aktosh. I'm a teacher at James Madison Titusville. My partner, hiding somewhere, Michael Bennett, he also made this curriculum, but I'm doing the video. So let's get right into it. So I'm going to go over this in two parts. I'm going to go over what the curriculum has, what you can do with it, and then how to add it to your own Canvas class. So here is the curriculum. So the very first module that we see at the top is Teacher Instruction Resources. Don't publish it. The kids don't really need it. The first link is, of course, the video and our contact information if you need to ask any questions. The second is the safety standards that are aligned with the state framework. If you have an agenda or if your school requires you to put a goal in, that's where you're going to grab it from. We have the safety contract. Every one of our students needs to have this signed in order for them to work in the woodshop. We have an extracurricular and lab hours parent permission form. This is if you have your lab open before or after school, or even if your student's going to be using your lab outside of their classroom time, you're going to have to fill out this permission form and have them give it back to you, so it covers you. And last two things, instructions on filling out incident report for accidents that happen in the woodshop, and a blank incident report form. All right, that stuff being done, let's get into the curriculum, the stuff that your students are going to see. So how we have it set up is the very first thing your students are going to interact with is the Brevard CET safety commitment. So this is the commitment that they have to sign with their parents. So this is what it looks like. And again, they have to do all these initials on what they're going to do with the machines and how they're going to treat the room. I'm going to go into student view so you guys can see what it looks like. They will not have access to any of these other modules until they finish this first module right up top. So let me go to the top and go to view a student. And we can see right here, everything else is grayed out because there's a requirement that they complete these modules first. So they would go into the student safety contract. And at the bottom, they would make sure that they click this button to mark it as done, and then they can go to the next one. And again, same thing. These are just the specific rules that were underlined that the students have to initial. Just general safety rules for working in the woodshop and labs. And then next, when you go to modules, you can see what it looks like from the front as a student. After they mark these two items as done, then they're going to have to take the student safety quiz. This one's easy and quick. It's just 10 questions. But it is self-grading. You don't need to touch anything. It is turnkey. Students are going to go into this quiz. We can see that I already have 2 attempts in here. It saves my progress if I'm in the middle of the attempt or the class gets cut short, so we'll go right into it, what the quizzes look like as a student. So how we have these quizzes set up is it shows one question at a time. It's random questions selected, so students sitting next to each other can't copy. And there's no backtracking. So if I select a question, why do students need to ask or receive permission to use any machine to ensure safety and proper supervision? Hit next, and they're going to go through all these questions. What has to happen is they have to get a perfect score in order to lock the next module, the next item. But if I get it wrong, so we can see attempt 2, I only got 2 out of 10 correct, I got a 20%, it's not going to let me move on. I can, as a student, look at my results. It shows me the questions that I got right. It shows me the questions I got wrong, but it does not show me the correct answer. I'm going to have to figure that out as a student on my own, what was the correct answer, and take the quiz again. So let's go back to modules. Again, I'm still in student view. And I'm going to leave student view, so I'm not going to go through all these questions together. After your students go through the student safety commitment and get a perfect score, it will unlock the next module. That is the general woodshop safety. For this one, there's a safety document. If I open it up, we can see we have all the rules for working in a woodshop safely. So all they have to do is read it, look at it. You as a class can go over it in whatever way you want, whether you guys take notes or if you just have them read it round robin, whatever works for your classroom. And they just have to mark the little button as done. I'm in teacher mode, so I can't see the button. It's fine. Let me go back to modules. After they mark that as done, it now unlocks the item below it, which is the woodshop safety quiz. This one's a little bit bigger. It's 25 questions. It's scored out of 10 points, but they need to get a perfect score. Unlimited attempts. It takes the last attempt given. They need to get a perfect score in order to open up all of these other modules. These are the meat and potatoes of the curriculum. This is where we have all the different tools and equipment. So all of these different tools and equipment, we have hand tools and sharps, which includes hot glue guns. We have bandsaw safety course. We have the scroll saw safety course, the drill press, and the powered sanders. So all of these modules follow the same format. The first thing students are going to do is they're going to look at the safety document, and they're going to mark it as read, mark it as done. We can see in these ones we have images, and again, all specific rules on using these tools or these machines. I can go to the next assignment. The next one, and for all these modules, there's going to be a video. We made videos. As a student, when they open this up, they're going to see the instructions, watch the following video and use incomplete sentences, write one thing that you learned from the video. So as a teacher, you can watch this as a class, you can have them write it down, go to the computers and do it, you can do turnkey, make sure they have headphones. What it looks like as a student is they are going not to be able to see other students' replies until they put a reply in there. How we have it is that specific assignment is ungraded, so video discussion, but they are required to contribute to post a response in order to move on to the safety quiz. So it's kind of a little gate, so they make sure they're watching the video, make a response before it opens up the quiz. These quizzes are 15 questions, and after they do the quiz, I'm going to open up a quiz for you right now. So as a teacher, I'm going to open up this quiz. Right now I'm in edit mode. I can see right now I can change due dates, I can change available from, until, where it opens up the assignment, closes out the assignment. That's up to you as a teacher. And again, in teacher mode, I'm going to go into build. And I'm going to show you some of the questions of what they would look like for any of these quizzes. So one of the types of questions that we have is a hotspot question. It has a request, click on the part of the hand that is in the line of cut, and then on the image, as a student, they would have to click in that area in order to get the question correct. We have questions with images, we have text-based questions, mostly scenarios, lots of different stuff. Good, high quality, 0. But if you want to change anything, that's open to you once you download it to your course. So let's say a student reads a safety document, marks it as done. They watch the video and they contribute to the discussion thread. And they take the quiz, third attempt, they get a perfect score. It now opens up the last item. This is a item where students don't have to do anything for, because in Brevard, you have to have the students take a quiz, get a perfect score on the tool or machine, and then you have to watch them do the first safety cut or the first dummy cut. This is kind of a way for you to keep track of that you watch them and you approve them to use that machine. On the student side, it's not going to look like anything. There's nothing for them to do. They're not going to be able to submit anything to this assignment. You as a teacher can go in and just enter in a 10 out of 10 once they complete that safety cut, once they complete that dummy cut, that demonstration cut. Let me go back to modules. That is basically it for all the different tools. Like I said, hand tools and sharps, bandsaw, scroll saw, drill press, and sander. Now, part 2, I'm going to show you how to add it to your own classroom. So if I go to dashboard, it's important that you already have the Brevard populated courses. Brevard creates all of our courses for us and adds and subtracts the students from them. We don't have to do anything. The only thing that you should do before you add the curriculum to your course is to combine all of your sections. So if you have 3 classes of tech, you're going to combine them into just one class on focus. There's instructions. If you need to do that, figure that out. We'll assume you can get that done. But let's say you want to add our safety curriculum. You're going to go to Commons, and in Commons, you're going to search for Brevard. We should be one of the first things that pop up. It says Brevard CTE safety course. You're going to open it up. You can verify that we have the modules, the assignments, the pages, discussions, the quizzes, and all the files. Everything's in here. And you're going to go to import/download. You are going to find your specific course that you want to add this curriculum to. So we can add it to the Brevard CET safety course. No, the example. Or you can add to multiple classes. Check whatever courses you want to add it to, and you're going to hit import into course. I'm not going to do it because I've already done this before, but I want you to keep in mind that it takes about 5 minutes for all the material to get populated into your course after you click that button. So if I go to dashboard, we can see my example Brevard generated course, and it has added all of the material in. Once you get this into your own classroom, again, don't publish this. This is just for us. You have the option of publishing or unpublishing any of these modules. So let's say I'm very specific with my schedule. I can unpublish Woodshop General Safety. I can unpublish all these modules so that the only thing students have access to is just the safety commitment, and I can unlock them one by one. But not really needed because we have prerequisites for all of the tools, but useful if you don't want a certain tool to be in your curriculum. That is everything. If you have any questions for us, you can find our information, our emails in the README Getting Started video page. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy.